Voluntary national reviews are reports that countries can draw up to tell the United Nations about how they are doing on implementing the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Finland did this for the first time in 2016, and now, in 2020, it was time to share our progress, to let people know where we are now, 4 years later. But how exactly was the report prepared? Let's find out. We started the process in September 2019 with a bang. Key stakeholders were invited to a kick-off meeting and were also asked for written input on what to include in the report. An editorial board led by the Prime Minister's office was set up, and it began its work by formulating the table of contents. At the same time, Statistics Finland began putting together the heart of the report, the indicators that would tell us how we are doing with the goals. We also asked the expert panel on sustainable development and the Agenda 2030 youth group for their insights. Since the responsibility for implementing the 2030 Agenda ultimately lies with the government, we asked all the ministries to make their assessments of our progress on the SDGs. Existing interministerial networks helped in this process. But that's just one side of the story. Finland cannot achieve the SDGs without help from all of society. With this in mind, we asked stakeholders such as cities and businesses to contribute to the report and invited civil society actors to make their assessments of each SDG. Next, it was time to bring the draft to the Development Policy Committee and the National Commission for Sustainable Development. We gathered a lot of insight at this stage, which improved the report significantly. Thanks for your contribution. Leaving no one behind is a founding principle of the 2030 Agenda. We held a seminar to make sure we got this part right in the report. Finland still has work to do to achieve this principle. The role of Parliament is key, so we were really happy to have a discussion with the members of Parliament about the report. This will help Finland achieve all the SDGs by 2030. We were nearly there, but what if we had missed something? We decided to ask Mozambique and Switzerland for guidance, and with their help, we were able to fix a couple of mismarks. Thanks again for your help. Once the VNR was done, we held a workshop to define the 6 key messages of the report that were already sent to the UN in May. Then it was time to make the VNR official, with a seal of approval from the state secretaries. The last step was to make it public, first in Finland at the State and Future of Sustainable Development event, and then globally at the United Nations High-Level Political Forum. Finland's second voluntary national review is now ready. Now that we know where we are, it's time to get back to work and make sure we can meet all 17 Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. We have 10 years to go. Let's do this.